All right, today we are going to create the Navajo rug pattern that we're going to be gluing our skull to. We've looked at a few examples of Navajo rug patterns and we're going to create our own on a piece of paper. So to do that, you're going to obviously write your name and teacher's name first. On this side is where you're going to start dividing up your paper and you're going to get a ruler. So a lot of the patterns that we saw were straight across. So when you hold your ruler, just you can design your paper however you want, but sometimes you want to figure out how to hold your ruler according to where your pencil is. I wouldn't want to hold my ruler, like if I'm like this, I'm trying to make the same line, but it's a lot more awkward for my arm. So I want to just make sure I hold my ruler so it's comfortable and I can make lines going straight down. Sometimes I might want to think about making a different kind of a design. Maybe I just want to make 3 on one side and then another on the other, 3 on the other side. Keep your design symmetrical. One of the things that we discussed was the symmetry of the Navajo rugs. Maybe I want to do something like this. I want to make a line kind of in the middle between these two. I want to keep it symmetrical, so I'm just estimating with my eyes. So now I kind of have an interesting design. I would keep working on this. This one I've worked on a little bit more until I have some interesting designs. And we talked about all of the geometric shapes, sometimes those like castle lines, zigzags, all those cool lines are what's going to make these look really interesting. So you're going to work on that for most of today. If you have time, and some of you might, depending on how far you get, you can add color with Sharpie, oil pastel, or colored pencil. So with the Sharpie, you're definitely going to want to trace most of those lines. And a lot of the Navajo rugs have certain colors repeated in them, like black or red or blue. So you can decide, what colors you want to use, and then you can start coloring in some of those elements. Ooh, the Sharpie doesn't look like it's working very good. If you get something that doesn't work very good, like a Sharpie or a marker, please just throw it out and get a different one. But that looks really neat. That dark color looks really good colored in. Once they're finished, they'll be all colored in, they'll be really pretty, and you might even use some oil pastel to color in a whole shape. Maybe you want like a certain shape, like this one I've already done with pastel, or not with pastel, with Sharpie, but I might just color in that shape because that would look kind of interesting. If I just color in this little shape. This pastel doesn't have a real sharp point to it, so it's a little trickier to get those fine details, but that looks kind of neat with the white next to it, and I might decide I want to leave that, maybe make these a different color. And then we will continue to work on these, and once those are done, we'll cut out the skull and glue that on top.